Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News.
RSN Podcast.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
We back at it, man. Back at it again. Here we go.
Another week down.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into some topics, starting with new music. Rich Homie Quan, he drops a album with 34 songs on it.
Woo. Putting in that work, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess since he passed away at 34, the label and his family decided to drop an album with 34 songs.
You think, I know, again, rest in peace. You think, I'm sure he had like so much music in the vault that like, okay, they dropped this one. I think if he has like a lot of music that he was planning on putting out, maybe just, if not every so often, maybe every year on his birthday, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that to commemorate, him.
Yeah, we could. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Rich Homie music that we'll hear in the future.
Or 34, sure. A lot though. Dog.
Yeah,
that's a lot of music.
It's a lot to digest.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Monet dropped some new music. We might be falling in love. You heard it a little bit earlier. What'd you think?
I think it was good, man. I want to hear more variety of her style of music.
Mm-hmm.
So when we hear something, it's like keep it coming.
Yeah, she has really good energy, and she's new. She's very creative. She has another song. Yeah, eggplant emoji at night.
Yeah,
but she's good though. I definitely want to hear more from her.
No, for sure.
Pharrell, he dropped Piece by Piece, pretty smooth. Classic Pharrell sound.
I feel like for a long time, I feel like he dropped every now and then, but I would want to hear more Pharrell music. Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah,
we got a lot of classics.
That's never gonna get old.
You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of classics. It's like, all right, I want to hear something new. I want to hear more.
But the only thing is, I don't think Chad works with him like that no more. It's just.
Plus, he busy doing the Louis Vuitton thing. So, I mean, I guess you gotta understand that too. But
I want to hear Neptunes. I've never been like one of the type of guys who's like, this guy in the group's better than the other guy. Like, they just work together. Mm-hmm. Like peanut butter and jelly. It just works together.
Yeah.
You can have one without the other for sure, and it's still good, but.
What's your favorite Neptune, John?
When they dropped that collab with all the artists, I used to like ODB's song on that and Ludacris's song. But I guess like my favorite was Sooner or Later. Okay.
I'm not mad at it. There was a lot of music that I felt like didn't get as appreciated as it should have. Mm-hmm. And specifically with the Neptunes and Pharrell. Mm-hmm. I feel like they had their run, but like Billionaire Boys Club, I don't want to say call it era, but that whole era, like when they first like got it popping, like I feel like people rock with it, but they ain't like, it was so many other things around it didn't get as pushed like it should have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think back then people just loved him more as a producer.
Right.
He was working with Jay, Busta, all the R&B singers, so it might have got overshadowed.
Yeah. I don't think we would know the clips if it wasn't for them.
No, I don't. I mean, I think they would have came out sooner or later, but it wouldn't have impact. It wouldn't have been like grinding level.
It wouldn't hit the same.
Yeah. Let's see. NBA YoungBoy, he is now the youngest artist to have 7 platinum albums.
Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Because earlier, like we were talking, I thought it was rapper, but it's just artists in general. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge deal.
Shout out to YoungBoy.
Word.
We got Childish Gambino. He ended up canceling his world tour. So I guess he got kind of sick, and he said he needs to focus on his health. So he had to cancel his shows, but he'll be back later.
Shout out to Childish Gambino, man, because he's another artist that I feel like he made such an impact, and he has such quality music that it's whenever it's something like, oh, I'm canceling the tour or album's getting pushed back or something like that, he's like, oh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, that's somebody I actually would have listened to.
Yeah, he's definitely one of our best from the 2010s. I even put him in the top 10 of the 2010s.
That's a big statement right there.
Yeah. But he was a really great artist, though.
Yeah. Nah, no doubt. I hope he recovers soon.
Yes, sir. Diddy. No Diddy. Diddy gets hit with 120 more lawsuits of SA. Yeah.
At this point, I just feel like unless something ridiculous happens, I think he's never coming home, bro. Like, unless something ridiculous, because I hear people saying like, "Oh, he's a monster. He's this and he's that," and there's so many more people who's coming out with stuff. But then I heard somebody say something like, "Well, he just had kinky parties. What was the crime?" Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay, but he got 120 lawsuits at SA.
But this is
how do you escape that?
This is a weird thing about this particular part. It's exactly 60 men and 60 women.
I think it's planned.
Yeah, so it's like that number's kind of messed up. Like, what was happening? Was he like 1 week he's with guys, the next week he's with women?
Well, here's the thing, though. It made me think about it last night. I was watching that
or
show.
Was it like all together?
I was watching that show on Netflix, Monster.
Yeah.
The Mendez brothers. And it made me think of their father. Like their father's similarities to Diddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing the same things just to his own family.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. It's mental health is a thing.
But it's like I know like neither one of us would know, but is it just having like too much money and it's just like too much opportunity that you think spiraled him into that?
Yeah, I feel like he it's what's the word beyond spoiled? He's just like to the point where you get caught in your ways and the ego and the fame and all that to the highest level. And I saw an interview with a lady who said that she was like an assistant or something, and basically like one time, an example of what we're talking about is he went to an event, but before he went to an event, he picked out a wine for when he comes to this specific restaurant that he wants to have this wine. So he picked it out, but then when he left, she got notified that they were all out of that wine. That he picked it, he tasted it, but they didn't have the bottles that he requested. So up until that point, she's seen him been angry at so many other people, but he never like flipped out at her. And that night, she was like, he turned into a monster. He just like went crazy on it because the wine that he picked, I mean, they had plenty of other options, right? But it was that one, and it wasn't even a big deal. She said she felt like he was just at such a high level that he felt like if there was any time when he couldn't get what he wanted, he felt disrespected. Like he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like he was, like you disrespected him by not giving him what he wants when he wants it.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
You know a sidebar story that I heard? You remember the cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
So Freddie P, he did an interview and he was talking about that. He said the cheesecake was never for Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was for Beyonce.
Yeah. Facts.
And then he said when they walked down there, him and one of the other group members drove.
Maybe Dylon or somebody, right?
Yeah, they drove back. And then the other ones walked, and then they told him, and then Diddy was like, I didn't tell y'all to walk back.
I told y'all to walk there, not walk back. So, yeah, that was a wild story.
Yeah. It's just crazy. And yeah, I think that he's done out here. Even if it's not going to jail for the rest of his life, he'll be in there for a while. But just the lawsuits, he's gonna spend so much. You can only spend so many millions, I think. Like I don't know how much money he has, but just this lawsuit alone might cost like $20 million.
Oh, he's supposed to have been a billionaire.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, I feel like that's just on paper.
Yeah, I think. Now, is there any possible scenario? I think there's only one. There's only one possible scenario that he gets out of this. Only one.
What, a judge that's okay with him essaying people?
No, I think if he gives up big fish and try to plot it like I was being ordered to do certain things for a greater operation that's even bigger, because they said it was princes, presidents, and all kind of people who was at these parties.
I don't think he'll ever have the chance to.
They get X him out of there before he can say something.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's the only way I could see him getting out of this alive. Not getting out alive, but getting out of jail. Then he might not be alive.
And then the only way he could do that is really going the Bill Cosby route, where Bill went to jail, and then after he got out, he's like, I'm going to tell my story now.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like being in jail and like, I'm bringing everybody with me.
I don't know, man. I think he might panic and just be like, they all did it. I'm telling all you. Everybody.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That wouldn't be smart. So, Cassie says she's offended by the baby oil memes.
Oh.
She says it's hurting her feelings and making her feel bad.
Listen, I think she should just be quiet because at this point, you the winner. I mean, you won for what, $30-40 million. Just don't. You shouldn't care what the memes are saying. That shouldn't bother you at this point. Like, not to sound insensitive, but people are gonna do what people are gonna do.
Right.
Right. I mean, they make memes of everybody.
Yeah.
Why do you care? Get off social media and go on with your life.
Yeah. Enjoy your
life,
millions.
Man. Because the more she's on social media, the more she's gonna be reminded of all of this.
And I'll say this, man. 1,000 bottles of baby oil is a lot to unpack.
Speaking of that, okay. It is a lot to unpack. But also, I think it was Lil Scrappy interview saw with him. He said it wasn't just baby oil in those bottles. Allegedly, what he heard. It was liquid, some oil to make you forget shit. They make you forget everything.
Where the hell he get that at?
You
How does Scrappy know?
Allegedly. That wasn't just baby oil. That was stuff that rub on you and make you forget what's going on. Like, and he alluded to like a movie where someone thought that they were like at a party for like, a day or two or something like that. Mm-hmm. And because of the stuff that was being put on them or in them, intoxicate them, that they were really there for years. So he alluded to that. But so I think there's a lot more, man. I don't think we even got to like the good part of, not good part, but like the.
I don't ever want the kush that Scrappy be smoking.
Shout out to Scrappy, man. He cool dude. I met him before. He was cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Cassie, like, I get it because she's pretty much the one that invented No Diddy, but you just got to kind of wait this one out.
Yeah.
She'll go away for sure.
Yeah, she just got to
shh. Just go enjoy your millions.
Yep.
All right. In news, vice presidents had a debate this week.
Who won the fight?
And I feel like JD did better, but Tim Walz didn't do as bad as what people might have thought he would. He did lie a lot, though.
He just got that liar face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're talking to somebody and you just feel like they're lying to you. Yeah. Like, every time I see him talk about something, I just feel like he's lying to me. Yeah. I don't know. And that's no disrespect. I don't know too much about the man, but I just get that vibe from him.
The part that stood out was when, I guess, like, I didn't hear what they said, but I guess he said he went to China and they're like, during a certain time, like, say June or something like that. And he's like, yeah, that was the wrong time. Can you elaborate? And he was like, yeah, I used to go with kids out to China and we would go every like few months and we went to China this time. I just got the dates wrong. I wish that Trump would have went to China with me in the 80s. I was like, what?
Wait, JD said that?
No.
Tim. Oh, wow.
So I was like, bro, that man don't want to go to China with you.
What does that have to do with anything? So I'm talking about, what does that have to do with anything?
So, I mean, but ultimately, they were talking back and forth and trying to talk about their policies, but JD kind of explained it better.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, man, I don't know. Because that's the thing we forget about, too. It's like, no matter if Kamala or Trump win, if something happened to them, one of these guys is going to take over. And that's the thing we got to remember, And I was wrong because I was like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I was waiting for it to come on. But then I started doing something else. And I was just like, do I really want to watch it? and so I didn't really watch it like that. But that was something I thought about afterwards. Like, well, if something do happen to one of these two. They keep on trying to take out Trumpito every other week. Something new, you know. And Kamala, I mean, I don't think she's the most liked person either. So if something were to happen to them, I'm like, well, one of these guys is gonna take over. So hopefully, they can do the job.
Yeah, we'll see. We got from right now, we got just about 30 days left.
Closing in, man.
Yeah.
Actually, less. I think it's less. Today is the 6th.
Yeah.
Election's on the 5th.
So, yeah, we winding down. And I think voting starts the 15th or something like that.
Yikes.
All right. Hurricane. So, North Carolina is actually in worse shape than what we thought.
Yeah, I heard about that this week, too.
Their city's underwater. They're gone.
It's crazy. How did this happen?
Right. And then Kamala decided to give everybody $750 for their struggles.
Everybody in North Carolina?
Everybody that qualifies.
What? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so for $750, you can go buy a burger and try to forget about it.
So, wait, this is strictly for North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
So, she thinks $750 is going to help people who lost everything?
She does. And on top of that, FEMA said they're broke because they spend $1 billion on migrants.
Wow. That's terrible. That's terrible. I didn't know this. My heart and thoughts go out to, and prayers go out to everybody in North Carolina and anywhere who's affected by this hurricane. And there's another one on the way, right?
Yeah, Milton. And it's headed straight for Florida again.
Oh,
and they said it might be more powerful.
Yikes.
But it's coming from the Gulf side this time.
The crazy thing is, I thought we were past, I guess not. I was wrong. Hurricane season started in August, right? And it's October.
I mean, global climate.
Yeah.
What's it called? Climate change, yeah. So,
yeah.
It decided to change months. This is hurricane season.
Yeah, this is wild, man. I don't even know what to say. It's just, they could have did a lot more for people instead of $750. We supposed to do it that? Use that and bet on prize picks and try to triple your money. I'm like, what the heck? Come on, dog. $750. Something's better than nothing, but come on, man. People lost their whole lives.
Kamala.
Hey.
Said I got $750 for you. Got a couple thousand for the migrants, though.
That's wild.
Yeah. And more news, political. Port workers, they went on strike, and then they figured it all out in 4 days. And before we even get into this, bro, you guys got to stop with the toilet tissue. Went to the store. It was all gone. I was like, bro, not again.
Why is that the first thing? Why is that the first thing everybody worried about?
That's what I'm saying. If you go to the store and I don't know, man.
They didn't get deodorant, toothpaste.
No, it was that toilet tissue was gone. Paper towel gone.
That's wild.
I'm like, y'all gonna do this every single time, aren't y'all?
That's crazy. This is getting ridiculous, y'all.
There's still people that got toilet tissue from 2020.
You know what? I saw somebody on Facebook Marketplace trying to sell some tissue. So y'all here hustling tissue now. All
right. But yeah, okay. So the port workers, they went on strike. Basically, they were saying, hey, we want I think they said a 77% raise. And
they got it?
The companies were trying to give them 55%. So it was negotiated for them to get 62% up until January 15th.
Of 25.
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
Then they got to renegotiate, or they're going to go on strike. What they're also trying to do is get away from all the, what's it called, AI? All that stuff working at the ports. They don't want it there. Or automation, whatever you call it.
I think China's fully automated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you can automate certain tasks to help your job be easier, but not take over the whole job.
They don't want it.
Dang. Well, don't call out. I mean, you ain't want it. So I would say on holidays, use automation.
Because they want to make sure their jobs are secure. There, basically. And they don't want to get automated out, which has happened to a lot of jobs across the country.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good and bad things with that. You know, certain things you can automate, certain things I don't think you should.
Yeah.
Because things can get messed up. But okay, that's the story we should keep watching.
Yeah. So they negotiated it, and people panic because everything that comes into this country comes off a ship. So them not working is bad for the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean they got leverage, bro. Like 62%? You at least got 65%, dog. Like you got an important job.
So in other news, Iran, they launched 200 missiles at Israel this week.
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
No matter which side you on or who you support and all this and that, innocent people are dying.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's like the back and forth thing. I don't know too much about it to pick sides on it, but hopefully there will be a resolution at some point.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I'm thinking in my mind, like, how long can this go on?
It can be a while. Some of these wars last a long time, like 20 years.
That's crazy.
But I think Israel's been in the war off and on for like almost 50 years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I just feel so bad for all the innocent families that's affected, on either side. Again, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I just keep seeing dead bodies, They keep showing that, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say I wish wars would keep it to people who signed up to fight the war.
And then on top of that, we got soldiers that are being shipped out to the Middle East and to Europe right now.
Yeah, I just get real. Again, I don't know the politics behind this, but I just kind of wish America stayed mind their own business, kind of thing.
But they're so tied in, though.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just there's so much going on, like foreign affairs, like businesses, all that. Some of them are like half American businesses, stuff like that. So really, it's money, but
yeah. God bless everybody involved.
For sure. All right, sports. This story was real sad for Malik Songbird. He's a boxer. He got killed out in L.A. He got shot and killed, right? But this story is weird. So he was going to his mom's house. He parks, and then, like, someone runs up, tries to shoot him to the car. He runs out, right? Runs to the side of our house. They catch him and then do what they do. This is what the mom was saying. Like, he wasn't involved in any gangs. He was pretty much helping out the community, giving people food, giving them clothes, stuff like that. So he had nothing to do with that. So I'm like, what was he involved in that would happen?
If it's not anything illegal,
right?
The only other thing is jealousy or a female, usually.
Yeah. I was thinking like it either had to do with money or a woman somewhere. But
yeah. That's normally like the keys. If it's not drug related or gang related or anything gun related, anything like that, then it's something either personal with a female or just straight jealousy.
But it's real sad. I want to pay attention to this story and see how it unfolds, because it's just
random, right?
Yeah.
But when somebody get ran down on, that's usually personal.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
so
usually
personal.
Real personal. When somebody get ran down on, it's like they meant that. Like we was waiting for you. Yeah.
And he doesn't have like no history of getting into it with people like that.
Yeah, it's a female. I think. Unfortunately, I think that's what it is.
He was messing with someone's baby mama.
Something for somebody to run down on him like that.
Yes.
But God bless everybody involved.
For sure. Talk about college football to us, man. What happened this weekend?
Yikes. College football. We had 5 teams that were ranked in the top 10 that lost.
Wow.
But I'm going to talk to you.
All of them?
5.
Oh, 5.
5, yeah. But the two games that stood out to me that I was just completely mind blown was one, Alabama lost. They just beat Georgia last week, and they became number 1 for this week, and then they lost. And now Alabama lost to Vanderbilt, which was a complete shocker. I don't think anybody I know would have picked Vanderbilt to beat them. But then last night, Miami. Miami almost lost to who was it actually? I forgot the daggone team they almost lost to, but they almost lost last night. They were down by 20. And let's see. And they came back and won at the end of the game. But I couldn't believe my eyes. I went to sleep like in the fourth quarter. It was like 14 minutes left. Like Miami's down. California. There's Cal. Miami and Cal. Cal was just clicking. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't like super impressive, but they was impressive enough the fact that they was beating Miami. You know what I'm saying? And so it was the fourth quarter, and the boy Cam Ward, he just put on a Superman cape and said, "No, we ain't losing, dog. We ain't losing, dog." So shout out to Cam Ward, the quarterback from Miami. I've been following him really since the offseason because he trained with Shador Sanders of Colorado. So they trained together and they, pretty good friends or whatnot. So that's how I really started to like know more about him, and I kind of been following him because of that. And hey, I think they like 5-0 now, 5-0 or 6-0, something like that. So shout out to Miami, man. But yeah, college game's been crazy, man. College has been going crazy. Shout out to everybody who watched college football. It's really up for grabs, I think. 6-0 now. They're 6-0. Miami Hurricanes are 6-0. So Colorado's back this week. They on a bye. This week, but next week they'll be back against Kansas State. So I'm gonna look forward to that game. But it's gonna be interesting. We halfway through the season. We halfway through the daggone season, man, for college football. We're gonna see who's gonna make the college playoffs, man. It's 12 teams now. This is the first year. It's 12 teams, so it's gonna get crazy. Yeah. It's gonna get crazy.
All right, so Caitlin Clark, she got hated on by Aja Wilson.
Oh yeah, Aja Wilson. She got caught. She got caught, dog. She got caught saying something to the fact that white privilege that Caitlin Clark had, that she could hoop or whatever, but she got so much hype because of the privilege.
Yeah.
And the internet is tearing her up about it.
I mean, was she really all that wrong though?
No, but we gotta act like she is. We gotta act like, how dare you? You cannot say anything wrong about Caitlin Clark. I don't care if she farted. You see?
It's just Caitlin, she's a decent player, but she has a lot to work on,
Yeah, this is the thing. In all seriousness, that's the thing, man. You say anything about Caitlin Clark, you're canceled. So I think Asia just got to be more careful about when she say things, who she say them to in the public. Cover your mouth, something. I don't know. But Caitlin Clark is a good player, but she's not the best player in the WNBA. She gets so much hype, and it's not her fault. It's the media's fault. The media has put her on such a high pedestal that make everybody feel like she's the best when honestly she's not. The girl from Dallas who was cooking her, Arike, her first game or something like that, who hit the game winner on her, she's better than Caitlin Clark. Like, there's a lot of people who are better than Caitlin Clark, but she has hype, she has excitement, and they just ride that wave.
Yeah. And another thing I'm starting to notice, white people be getting offended fast now.
Really fast.
Like, they'll take the opportunities now to be like, hey, you're being racist.
When it's not anything racist.
It's not. So
and that's the thing I don't like about the WNBA right now is that, of course, that there's some jealousy to Caitlin Clark. But I see comments like anyone who voted for Angel Reese should lose their vote. Like, because they didn't vote for Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's getting real confusing these days because you're saying if everybody doesn't like this one person, then they're wrong.
And that's not true. And she's being boosted up to that level.
Yeah.
She's not there on her own.
Yeah. I mean, what championship did she win?
Still haven't seen one.
Okay.
Still hasn't seen one.
Exactly. But
right.
She's the greatest.
For sure. Number one in in the entire country.
She'll tell you she's not the greatest.
I don't know, man. She might say something different these days.
I think Caitlyn keep it real. Like, no, I have a lot to work on. I'm not the greatest.
I think she'll say, I'm the greatest. I'm the GOAT. Say, I'm the LeBron, the Michael, the Kobe.
Because she's been humble, like, off the court. On the court, she a little cocky. But she's been humble off the court. And that's what I like about it. Like, she'll tell the truth for the most part. Like, but the one thing I wish, and not to keep ranting about this, the one thing I wish is that she, like, said, hey, guys, like, let's tone it down a notch. Like, to all my fans out there, I appreciate the support. But I have a long way to go. And, you know, of course, there's a lot of hype around me and this and that, but I'm still developing as a player.
They'll cut her mic off.
Caitlyn had a long day. She was very tired. She didn't know what she was saying.
She's the GOAT.
She's the GOAT.
All right. Cool. Carl Anthony traded to the Knicks, which was surprising, right?
Yeah, I didn't think, like, that trade came out of nowhere. But I didn't think that was something that was gonna happen. But it's like, all right, Cat, he gotta stay healthy. He get hurt a lot. That's the only thing. If he can stay healthy and play with them and do something, that'd be great. But which is a big deal, him going there. But like, he still gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this year he has to produce. He has to put up numbers. He can't be just a nice to have player. He has to be him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think these days a lot of players, they just get over by just getting by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we were watching sports like younger, it was like, oh, you expect Iverson to get 30 a night. You expect, you know what I'm saying, whoever.
Yeah, you had to be great. I feel like that was kind of everything across the board. You know, this is like the era before, like, being famous just because you're famous and you're on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had to actually have talent for a long time. You had to be able to sing. You had to be able to rap. Had to be able to play sports. Like,
now it's anything goes.
Yeah. You just got to look like what people want to see, basically.
Pretty much.
All right, guys. We do have a fun topic, but we're going to put that in another video today because it's going to take us a little bit longer to discuss it. But if you made it to the end, we want to thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You want to see more music critiques and vlogs, check out my channel. You want to see more music and vlogs, check out Slyce's channel. I'm Canary Valens.
Slyce.
Peace.